Finally, I made a decision to upgrade my Sony A7 III to A7 IV. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about filmmaking, self-improvement, and to empower you to go after your goal, whatever your goal is. My name is Mark Tabalon and today is a filmmaking Monday. So I just wanted to share to you guys about why I bought the A7 IV and the reason why I didn't go with the FX3 or FX6. I will let you know the pros and the cons as a wedding filmmaker standpoint, and if you are deciding to upgrade your A7 III or why you shouldn't upgrade. Also, this is my personal opinion based on my experience as a wedding filmmaker and not because of other people's opinion on YouTube. Although the videos I've watched on YouTube helped me a lot with my decision. And I know this buy would make more sense rather than going with cinema line cameras or video cameras, and I hope this video will help you decide whether you will stick with your current system or you should upgrade as well. Also, as of the recording of this video, I have not tried yet this camera, but based on my research and experience in the wedding industry, these are the 3 reasons why I went with the A7 IV. But first, let me open this box and pull out the A7 IV so I can hold it in my hands while I'm talking to the camera, and why I also bought the Tamron 17-28 wide lens to pair up with the new A7 IV to compensate the crop factor, which I will talk about in a second here. And before you ask what kind of camera I'm using to film this video, I will let you know now. I'm currently using the A7 III with the Tamron 28-75, the first version. Having said that, let's open this box so we can get started. There it is, guys. The first reason why I bought the A7 IV camera is that it's a hybrid camera. Now, for those who don't know me, you've probably heard that a million times at a wedding. Again, for those who don't know me, I am a wedding filmmaker and a photographer here in Alberta. So, as a hybrid shooter, I need a camera that could do both amazing video and a photo. Now, my A7 III is a very excellent hybrid camera and I have filmed and photographed a bunch of weddings and corporate videos with it. Well, if anything, it was the best hybrid camera back in 2018 up until now. I have 3 of those and I would probably keep the 2 and sell the other one to get another A7 IV just because my wife and I sometimes do photo and video services together in some weddings. That's why we have 4 camera bodies. Now maybe you're thinking, Mark, why didn't you go buy the Sony A1 instead? If you want the camera that is top of the line. Well, Sony A1 is almost triple the price of the A7 IV. And do you really need that much horsepower? Not really. So client don't ask what camera you shoot with and at what resolution. So no, you don't really need that horsepower if you are shooting weddings or you're filming or photographing weddings. That's why buying the Sony A7 IV would make more sense than getting the FX3 or the FX6. Or even the Sony A1, at least for our company or the things that we do as a wedding filmmaker or as a wedding videographer. The second reason why I bought the A7 IV camera over the FX6 or the FX3 is because it's a very lightweight and very compact. I had the A7 III for 4 years now, since 2018, and that was the time when it first came out. I think it was around April when it first came out and we bought it at that time, and I love it because it's super easy to use and it's very small. So I know that the A7 IV is very similar to A7 III and a system that I'm super familiar with when it comes to video shooting based on my research. Compared to Sony FX6, it's just a bit big and heavy for the work that I do, especially in the wedding when it's a run and gun situation type of shooting almost all the time. And also, based on my experience, the smaller and the less gears you have, the more flexible you are to move around and better outcome you will produce to the client. Client don't get impressed by the gears that you bring to their weddings. They only care about the result that you produce and story you make out of their wedding day. Trust me, they don't care, and they will not pay you more even if you shoot their wedding in red cinema cameras. If your video is worse than the person who is filming with an iPhone. You heard this a million times before. Gears don't matter, but it's a tool to get your vision of the wedding story or creativity comes to life. Reason number 3 is because the IVs. Yup, which you might be thinking, well Mark, the FX3 and the FX6 don't have it, but there is a software that you can install to get the same effects. Well, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't like having to go through that another step just to get that feature. Yes, there are lenses that have the electronic stabilization, but unfortunately, all my lenses don't have that feature. So I will not upgrade my lenses just to get that stabilization feature. Let's move on to cons. None. Yup. For me, A7 III is a perfect camera to film and photograph weddings or a corporate. It's super good that all the features necessary to get the job done are all in that camera. Good in low light, does both amazing photos and videos, it has a pretty good color, and it does 4K video. So having the A7 IV with all the features is just a big bonus to me. Let me tell you a story here. Last year, we had a client that we charged tons of money to do their video, and I was like shooting in 4K with the highest bit rate of my A7 III and took a tons of shots because I wanted to impress the clients with the quality, and when I delivered the final product in 4K, then the client said, "Oh, thank you Mark for sending the final product in 4K resolution. We appreciate the quality, but unfortunately, we actually just need 720p resolution because 4K just takes lots of time to load on our website." And I was like, people complain about the 4K 60p crop. People don't want to buy the A7 IV because of that. For me, that's not really a problem. You can literally compensate the crop mode with the wider lenses like the Tamron 17-28 2.8 lens to get almost the same effect with the 24 or the 50mm lens, because an APS-C mode of the A7 IV, and with this lens it becomes 25-42mm, and it's a good focal length range for both wide and close-up shots. Or if you already have the Sony 16-35, it's even better. Now, let me ask you these questions. Do you really need to upgrade your current system right now? Did you maximize its use already? Like knowing all the things about your camera and test it out with multiple different projects? Or have you outgrown it and maximized it to its full potential? If the answer is no, then there's no reason for you to upgrade. But if the answer is yes, then you should. But I warn you, upgrading to a new system or camera body is very expensive, meaning you are not just upgrading your camera but also your computer to handle the footage in post, your time to learn it, the style of shooting, or the current system of shooting that you have. All of this will take time again to learn. Is it beneficial? Of course. But it could also slow down your business for a while. We all know that every year there is a new camera coming out in the market, and it's so tempting to upgrade every time you see a shiny specs of a brand new product. But also remember this, if you are happy with your current system and your current workflow with your camera, stick with it, because you know what? We have a business to run, not a videographer or a photographer to impress. Because in the end, your result is all it matters, not what you currently have in your camera bag or a camera gears collections. So I will make more videos in details about this camera after I play around with it for a couple months and let you know more about it. But right now, that's all I have for you guys. Why I bought this camera over the FX3 and the FX6. To be honest, I'm still planning to get the FX6 in the future once our company gets bigger. Because right now for weddings, the Sony A7 IV is more than what I need to get the job done, and also to provide a better quality for our clients. But until then, I will have to maximize its use before I can upgrade it again to a bigger and better camera body. Thank you for watching this video guys. Spread love. My name is Mark Tabalon and I hope to see you again next time. Peace out guys.